What is up, guys and gals? Welcome on back to Planetbase. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. I don't know if this is going to be my last recording for Planetbase. Not totally sure about it. We've more or less made everything except for the Recreation Center. It's the only thing we haven't made yet. And aside from that, I assume you just keep expanding as far out as you want to expand. And so having showcased the game, I'm not sure how much further I'm going to take it. Obviously, people are going to be upset about this decision. There's nothing I can do about that. People are always upset about my decisions. It's one of those things that you have to just get used to if you're going to be on YouTube. Still, we have a full day of recording ahead of us. And so I suggest that we put our nose to the grindstone and apparently just, I don't know why we're using like random pieces of lapidary polishing equipment or anything like that in order to do rhinoplasty, but I guess it's the only thing we have available, and I really hate this nose, so let's get work. No, I'm just kidding. I love my nose. My nose is one of my favorite things, so we need more biologists. What's going on with that? I haven't played the game in a little while, so I would like to see biologist. Okay, so we've got biologists coming in. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the game real fast so we can keep an eye on things. How are supplies looking? Spares are still looking a tad meh. We have a ton of extra minerals. We have like OMG quantities of extra minerals. We have quite a few extra medicinal plants as well, so the plan for right now is looking like we're going to let traders come on in. And once traders start to get here, we're just going to watch out for anybody that has spares on them. If the trader ends up having spares, then I'll trade some of this other stuff, like maybe some of these medicinal plants, or maybe some of these ores into the things that I want. But aside from that, we're looking pretty stellar right now as far as all of the things we're trying to produce. We still have quite a few meteorites falling from the sky. I think it might be a wise idea for me to install a laser somewhere over on this side. And so let's get started with that very rapidly. And there's something inside of my eye, and I can tell already it's going to bother me the entire episode. Fantastic. Exactly what I felt like dealing with today. There we go. We'll go ahead and drop that right there. I swear to God, I get so much shit in my eyes that it's mind-boggling. Like, my eyes are just receptacles for stuff bothering me. It's been a problem my entire life. I always have something in my eye. Always. Non-stop. Always something in my eye. And I'm just sitting here rotating. You know how you rotate your eye and you can feel it sliding around on the surface of your eye? Like, get off! I hate you so much. Who designed these things? Seriously, the eyeball is the worst invention ever. Like, what if you had a wet squishy patch on your face that you needed to have in order to survive in the jungle or, you know, wherever we came from? And then what if it was a vacuum for everything that floats around in the air so that you're constantly just like, my eye! Like, all the time. I cannot tell you. Like, I jog every single day. I do 5 miles a day. And for real, I get shit in my eye. It's bugs. Weirdly enough, bugs. It's always bugs. It's never like a small piece of a twig or like a leaf. It's always bugs. And you see them like zip, right into your eye. And you're like, it's got me. And then you can feel it like wiggling around when you close your eyelid. You're like, get off of my eye. And the bug's like, no. And then it stings your eye or like bites the inner eyelid. And then your eye gets all swollen. This has happened so many times that I have a diatribe about it. That's the truth of the matter. This is a thing that I have a diatribe about because it happens so frequently. I also get stung by a lot of bees. That's also a weird thing about jogging is bees apparently do not like cardiovascular exercise. Every time I go outside, I'm like, that's kind of a bold extrapolation there, sir. So bees sting you while you run, therefore they don't like cardiovascular exercise? I feel like we may have a dubious premise here. Just don't, let it go. It's fine. I'm going to give you my medical plants. No, take my medical plants. Are you for real right now? You upset me sometimes. You know that? You upset me. I could have done math, but it's early in the morning and I just woke up. I could have done math, but I decided not to. I just saw a thing on Reddit that drove me crazy. It just reminded me how much I hated school when I was a kid. They had a paper on Reddit where a teacher gave the problem, what is 5 times 3, and told them to do it additively. And so what they wanted them to do is go 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 on the paper equals 15 or whatever. And the kid did 5 plus 5 plus 5 and he marked it wrong. Like completely wrong. You know how sometimes in math class you screw up, especially the further you get in college, the better it is. But anyways, the harder the math class, the better it was for me because they don't care quite as much when you screw up because eventually you get to math classes that are so complicated and so like weird and theoretical at that point that they stop caring if you're right. They just want to see if your thought process is right and if your equations are somewhat on. And then at that point, they'll give you like 80% credit. And you're like, yes! I mean, I figure, so anyways, he got it wrong for doing 5 plus 5 plus 5 instead of doing 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And I was like, man, that really just summarizes what I hated about school. That more or less, just the pedantry, the blatant pedantry and forcing of students to do dumb shit. Like, the teacher realizes that, you know, 5 plus 5 plus 5 is the exact same thing as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, right? I mean, I would hope this would not be a thing that I would have to explain to a math teacher, that 5 times 3 can be either. And, like, the kid got, like, a D on the paper because he missed that. It was ridiculous. He would have got a, oh, man, Schultz Gay. What a name. What a name. Did he come with a purple hat? Oh, he didn't come with a purple hat. Runaway civilians, they're going to shoot you. Guards, after them. Sometimes I like to help with the sound effects. Makes me feel better about the engagement. I think they should throw grenades, and then they should grab civilians and use them as human shields. Like, we should just, like, die hard this thing out. Like, basically, these guys should grab that farmer right there and be like, ah, for the Commonwealth. As long as the guards don't die, they should start to arrange a hostile takeover by the military. A Roman-style coup, essentially. Like, well, I control... They'd be like, I control the Senate. Like, well, I control the army. And who do you think is going to win, Senate versus army? Like, well, shit. I feel like I've dedicated my life to the pursuit of the wrong branch of government. That's absolutely lovely. So, we've got the repair bay. I don't know what I want to do today. I really don't have much of an idea where this is all going, or like what I'm aiming for. Or really, how is our power situation doing? Like, are these actually filling up, or what's going on here? Did it slow my game down again? It slowed my game down again. I knew it. That's a big old trade barge. How do I feel? Actually, it looks like our spares are recovering. What is that? A Goliath turbine patent. Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? You know, that's one of my favorite TED Talks. There's a TED Talk where, I forget the guy's name. Kind of one of those guys that does Freakonomics types research. So he goes in and he looks at common stories and common, like, folklore and things like that, and then he reanalyzes them from, like, interesting angles. It's the exact same thing as, like, economics with, what's his name, that does Freakonomics. What is that guy's name? Oh, that's gonna bug me now. I know his name. Oh, this is really gonna bug me. I'm not gonna think about it for right now. We have a lot of money we can trade. You want some of these medicinal plants? Like, I don't know if you want some medicinal plants, but I have them. What's the commission? That commission is pretty grandiose. Well, what if I don't want to pay that commission? Like, what if that commission is duty face and it makes me upset? You're going to charge me $495. Fine. You know what? Take my ore. Go ahead. Take my ore. Take my love. Take everything that I care about. And you know what? There it is. You ever notice that Tom Hardy grunts a lot? Is it just me? Like, every time I see a Tom Hardy, like, Tom Hardy is very much in vogue right now. I watched the movie that he did with Shia LaBeouf the other day, Lawless or whatever. He grunts a lot. Like, every character he plays, Mad Max, Lawless, like, every character he plays is always like, he grunts a lot. I'm like, dude, why do you grunt so much? Just, like, say the sentence. I don't know. Because apparently grunting is what gets you into Hollywood. Biologist! His name is V-Best. He's like, actually, that's a 6. I am 6 best. He's an ex-rapper from Earth. That was his name. He kept it when he went into, I don't know, whatever you call this. I don't know what this industry is, so whatever it is, I'm sure it requires a name or something. Wow, you guys are really unhappy. You guys should, like, work on that or something. Like, if only there was a place that you could go, you wanna go where everybody knows your name. I don't know if you guys heard my alarm right there, but it went off and I had to sing rapid fire. I had to react to the situation. It was verbal as musical combat. It had to happen instantaneously to stop you from realizing my phone alarm was going off, which is all kinds of special. I set multiple alarms for myself, otherwise I don't get up. I think I set 3 alarms. I set one at 10, one at 11, and one at 12 most days. I like sleeping in. Don't judge me. I'm not a morning person. I stay up till like 4 in the morning, though, so, you know, I am a night person. I'm definitely a night owl. I wish more stuff happened late at night. I don't live... Oh, shit. That was like a direct... Are you guys, like, doing anything right now? You guys want to, like, do the job that I told you to... Oh, man, you guys are killing me. You guys are killing me in a literal sense. That's upsetting. And nobody's working the telescope controls. Not a single soul rocking the telescope. Well, fine then. Maybe I'll put in another one, like right over here or something. Oh, it won't fit. Never mind. Biggest waste of a security room ever. I hate you, random security room. I hate ya. Oh, this one's kind of wasted too. Well, damn. So we got 2 more traders out here. I will probably... Oh, no, that's the same one as before. I don't really want any of your stuff. I think we already... It's Vin Fitzpatrick. I will dismiss you, Vin Fitzpatrick. Go away. Fly with your ridiculous little pontoon ship. I don't know if I like those little rotators right there. I don't think I like that as a concept. I prefer that the boosters just be little tiny... I mean, those are sort of awesome, but... there's a solar flare imminent. Well, maybe I should slow the game down so we don't all die. Swear to God, every time I have to load a ship, every single time I have to load a ship, they give me a solar flare. I know it's linked at this point. It happens too frequently. It has to be linked. And so anyways, why is our power usage low? Because it's the end of the night. Okay, so we have the Goliath turbine. I'm going to keep an eye on it over the course of today. And hopefully it all works out all right. I hope we didn't get anybody irradiated right now. I would very much love, however, to power on up. Power looks like it's okay to me. Sort of depends how fast we can fill up these batteries. And I don't think the issue is actually batteries. I think the issue is more than likely just passive draw that we have whenever it's not daytime. So go ahead and go yellow alert right there. You'd think we just focus on geothermal or something. I don't know, focusing on wind and solar. And we're in the future right now. We have like robots that can do complex tasks and like jobs, and they like go around and they decide they want to do things. It might be because I added this big water extractor area too. On the plus side, what this also means is that I can build Goliath wind turbines, which would be pretty sweet. Is this one bigger than this one over here? Oh, it is. Look at that thing. Hell yeah. Okay, so bigger is better, I suppose. We're going to follow Texas rules here for a little bit. Put that on that side. How much are these costing me? Like 1,000 metal a piece, like 7. Okay, 7 and 1,000, they're not that different. Yeah, I hated school when I was a kid. Like, I liked learning. I just hated academia, and I think I still feel that way about it. After graduating college, I still think academia is a wash, but what are you going to do? Like, learning is all fine and great until academia gets into the equation, and then it's just a big pissing contest in between professors and teachers. Everybody wants to be right, and nobody wants to admit that anybody else is right. Everything turns into bureaucracy meetings. Teachers go into things like excited about their job and the prospects of teaching, and then they get mired down in board meetings and all that kind of shit. Like, yay, I am now the dean when all I ever wanted to be was a teacher. So hooray, now I'm going to be disenfranchised with my job. Fantastic. And I guess the obvious argument here would be like, well, why take the job then? I'd be like, well, because it comes with a 6-figure salary. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that walk away from a twice, like, when you become the dean, you get paid quite a bit. I've seen the houses that the deans live in that like work on the campus that's my alma mater, and they get paid out pretty good. They get paid out pretty good. So I think anybody with a sound mind would take it just for the security. And then you get all jaded and you're like, I don't get to teach anymore. Like, well, it's kind of your fault. I wish we had more space over here. I'm gonna get rid of this armory. This armory is a douche and I don't like it. Take that, douche armory. Alright, and so now I want another person to do telescopy over on this side. I'm making up words right now. Telescopy. It's going to be super fun. Everybody loves telescopy. What do you have going on over here? You guys want to fix some of these plants? The plants are broken. All plants broken. Someone come over with wrench and fix plant. I'm playing The Witcher 2 in my free time, and I have never... That is a frustrating game right there. Not because it's difficult. It's just because the mechanics at times, like... It's like the developers took the time to put mechanics in the game that are supposed to be established main concepts that exist throughout the course of the entire game, and then randomly in fights they just throw it to the wind and they're like, oh, you don't get to use that mechanic anymore. That mechanic, we have thrown it on its head and it no longer functions in the way that you are used to it functioning. And I'm like, well, why would you do that? No, why? And it's just, I don't know. I like the game and I keep muscling my way through it, but combat is definitely not that game's strong foot. Like, the hitboxes are all kinds of janky in that game. Like, I feel like it's an RPG that they tried to rig like an action game. Like, if you know what I mean, it's like they took Baldur's Gate and then tried to convert it into an action game and just got caught up somewhere in the middle with the combat system. Like, the hitboxes are all over the place. Like, sometimes you land hits that your sword was, like, nowhere near whatever you were swinging at. I mean, a lot of the time. I like the game, but every single time I played, I'm just like, this bothers me. This bothers me. This bothers me. I haven't played The Witcher 3. I wanted to play The Witcher 3, but I figured I should probably play The Witcher 2, because the last Witcher I played was The Witcher 1, like 10 years ago. And I remember liking The Witcher 1, enjoying the first one, but remembering that the combat was super shallow and super easy. And honestly, I don't think they've changed that much with The Witcher 2. It's still mostly just Ard spam and Igni spam. Majority of the game still seems to be wrapped up around those two spells, and if that doesn't work... Oh man, there's a sandstorm? Well, I hate to tell you this, but I want you guys to keep working. Wow, why do we have so much starch over here? Did I never build the plastics facility? No, plastics facility's right there. It's just nobody ever works down here because, you know, there's stuff to do, and recruitment is taking its sweet-ass time right now. Get rid of the traitors for a bit. It's the only thing that's befitting of a traitor. Get rid of him. He has betrayed the Commonwealth. He shall now be used as a human shield at first convenience. As soon as possible, I mean. You know, if a situation comes up, feel free. You know, use him as a human shield. So what do these gargantuan bastards do over here? You guys built it, right? They do 80. So compared to, like, what? The medium ones, the large ones do 50. Okay, and the little ones do 20. Well, at least they actually do, because these are 4 times bigger than the little ones, and they cost a little bit more. At least they're more cost effective than the large ones. So that's cool. We might have a serious power problem today if this sandstorm doesn't piss off. Universe's longest sandstorm. How are we doing on the power here? It's barely overdrawing, but if this ever decides to end, oh my god, that's a long sandstorm. Like, no joke. That's a really long sandstorm. Huh. Oh, it looks like food's finally tipping. Just kind of an interesting thing. This might be the longest sandstorm I've ever seen in-game. Huh. They must have changed that in a patch or something. I haven't played in like a week and a half, but I've never seen a sandstorm last that long. That was like a full day sandstorm, like all day long, all day, like non-stop. Jesus. Sort of brutal. I don't suppose you guys are going to fill up any more batteries, right? Which batteries are filling right now? Oh, maybe it lasted a long time because I wasn't sped up. I don't know. Sometimes things happen and I don't necessarily understand them because I'm a dupe like that. We should be able to pull this together, hopefully, by the end of the night. It's going to slow slightly, but... I was going to say, so long as we could keep the wind up and running, we probably would make it. But it looks like we got a couple of batteries that aren't going to be ready by nightfall. And the wind is going to take a big old stinky shit on us. And so we're just going to have to wait for everything to get better. Wait for it to get better before it gets worse. Maybe the harvest just hasn't been stockpiled? I don't really know right now. I feel like I've got a lot of people with, like, happiness issues. So... And that's weird considering how many bars and things like that we have. Like, everybody should be good to go. Then again, I feel like happiness is kind of the imbalanced thing right now where it doesn't really matter. It seems like the people sit around in bars all day, every day, and they're still unhappy all the time. It's a little bit weird like that. Might be worth it. I got a big bar right here. So that should be mostly fine. Mostly. This place has no oxygen for some reason. Can't tell you exactly why that is either. All I can say is that maybe we need more O2 generators. And in keeping with what I was already doing, I'm just going to take this down to the edge of the map. And so we'll take the O2 generators. And they will go all the way down this way. And then we'll also maybe branch this off slightly. And just kind of see where we land with all of that. So O2 generator on this side. I figure we'll finally build the exercise dome since we don't have one. The multi-dome. And so we'll just make a big-ass multi-dome over here. And that'll be pretty swell. Maybe I'll connect those. I hope my robots don't get lost, though, and do this poorly, because that would upset me. I think we're definitely going to run out of power tonight. Unless, haha. You know, if we have all of our wind turbines up and running, the powertrain is not so terrible. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. How much metal do I have? 54. Let us continue to drop many, many mad bars of gargantuan awesome. That seems like it would be a real flight risk trying to land in between these two, but what do I know about helicopters and planes and shit? I don't know anything about them. That's what I know. I'm going to answer my own question right now for you. I don't know anything about them, which is one of the reasons why this commentary is so super special. Drop that guy in right there, maybe. You can go, yes, hit the thing that I just tried to build with a meteor. That will clearly brighten my mood and make my day shinier. Thank you. Make it so much shinier. So once we get the multi-dome built... God, we have so much starch. And I don't want people to haul it either because they get sad every time I give them big hauling jobs. Yay! Watch TV and drink. That usually makes me feel better. Watching TV and alcoholism. Yay! All day, all day. Yep, just drink beers and watch TV all day. Because that is how a productive society functions. At least that's what life has told me. We've got that right there. So let's go ahead and I don't even know what goes in here. But we've got a bench. A simple bench where people can chillax for a little while. Is that a pull-up bar? It's an exercise bar. Sounds pretty cool. Let's get an exercise bar. Anybody... The only exercise I do at the bar is drinking, but... Got TVs and shiz. Oh, we about to get some TVs up and meow. We've got like little rodent wheels? No way. Let's put some human beings on rodent wheels because that shit is hilarious. That's super funny right there. The future is a terrifying place. And then we'll put in another water fountain right there. Put in like a ton of televisions. Maybe like some benches. Because people like to sit on things, as I understand it. The placement is so odd in this game. Like that you can't rotate stuff. I bet you can't. Damn it! Can you guys on the Meteor Watch thing, like, do your damn job? Like, I don't want to be an asshole right now, but layoffs are coming. And I don't know if you knew this, but layoffs in space are basically me throwing you out the airlock. So, you could do your job. That'd be fantastic. Like, hey, man, everybody screws up. And I'd be like 4 times in like a week? Like, no, I don't think so, Greg. I don't think so. I think you and I are about to have words, Greg. You and I are about to have words. Oh, look at that. She's doing pull-ups. Yeah, work. She got some thighs on her. She got some thighs on her. Got those thunderous hips. Walk in the room and be like, wa-dump-a-dump-dump. That's okay. I'm an ass man. I like that kind of stuff. Works for me. More television. Because nothing says exercise like television. Hooray! Look at all of the things that I have built for you, my noble citizens. Be happy with the random activities that I have orchestrated and organized for you. Languish. Is languish the word that I want? No. Look upon the hamster wheel and despair, for now you must worry about thine fat ass. I shall see you later, everybody. This is Planetbase. Hi-do.